Hello there. High pressure is expected to build in from the west of Europe over the next few days and quieten the weather story down. But further thunderstorms could return as we head into the weekend. You can see quite clearly where the showers are at the moment, really stretching out of Hungary and the Balkans, and they will gradually move towards Romania and Bulgaria by the time we get through Tuesday afternoon. Behind it, though, plenty of dry weather, plenty of heat, particularly across Spain. More on that in just a moment. As for Turkey, the Greek Isles and mainland Greece, it's a fine, settled story as you'd expect at this time of year. There's those sharper showers, as I say, moving their way through Romania and Bulgaria. A much drier story, I'm pleased to say, across parts of the Low Countries, eastern France and Germany, and it will stay like that over the next few days. Not as hot as it has been in Scandinavia either, with temperatures easing back down to where they should be. Now, this is the story then through Wednesday. Plenty of dry, settled weather conditions around. The heat is set to build, though, through inland Spain with temperatures close to 40 degrees in some places. And that heat continues to move its way up through the west coast of France as well. The risk of further showers into London and Paris, perhaps, as we move into the weekend. Some of those heavy, possibly even thundery as well. And it looks as though we could see some thunderstorms returning to Berlin for the latter stages of the weekend. Hello there. Well, America seems to be a country of extremes in terms of weather at the moment. It's either heat or it's torrential, thundery downpours. Just take a look at what's happening across the southeast, and that could lead to some localised flash flooding. Slightly quieter story for parts of New England, stretching up into New York, but further thunderstorms that will arrive later on. Across the west coast, the heat is shifting towards Montana and Idaho. We've also got some extreme heat and wildfires into northern Canada as well. So let's take a look at that in a little more detail. You can see that largely British Columbia is fine and settled. Good deal of dry weather stretches down into northern California as well. Now, we could see some dry thunderstorms which may well spark off some wildfires, and there are alerts out for that over the next couple of days. You can see the heat is still very much there across Las Vegas with temperatures above 100 Fahrenheit. That's 40s in terms of Celsius. Across that east coast, as I say, a little bit quieter than it has been. So some dry, settled weather into New York and Washington. Further storms are expected to return. But really, if we draw a line from, let's say, Tennessee down towards Florida, we could see some sharp, torrential, thundery downpours over the next couple of days. That could lead to some localised flash flooding. So the sunshine doesn't last very long. More thunderstorms are forecast for New York by the middle of the week. Hello there. Southerly winds behind an area of low pressure is bringing some pretty chilly weather to parts of Uruguay and Argentina at the moment. It's this circulation of cloud here, and that southerly wind is dragging in that cooler air just that little bit further north. At the same time, we've got a weather front that's bringing some showery outbreaks of rain and strong winds down to the south, and further north we've got some pretty enhanced showers, particularly across parts of Colombia and Venezuela, as you can see quite clearly. Largely dry, fine picture for Brazil at the moment, as you'd expect really at this time of year. And even here, temperatures a little bit subdued in comparison to where they should be. The cooler weather then across Uruguay down into northern Argentina, only 12 degrees for Buenos Aires by the middle of Monday afternoon. But it is an improving weather story, and those temperatures will start to climb back up to 20 degrees from Friday onwards. So that's the story in South America. Let's take a look at what's happening in Central America along with Mexico. A scattering of showers in Mexico and down to Central America, becoming more widespread to heavier ones as down through Costa Rica and Panama as to be expected. There are some showers into the Caribbean as well. Not too many, and there's still going to be some lengthy spells of sunshine for many of the islands. Just taking an example for Kingston, fine and sunny, a few showers into Cuba. Hello there. Forecast for the Middle East coming up shortly. First of all, let's start off with what's happening in Africa. Satellite picture is picking up the shower cloud, as tends to happen at this time of year, with that easterly wave stretching from the Ethiopian highlands all the way out to the Ivory coastline there. There's some more enhanced showers here. Now, to the north of that, we've got some extreme heat building across the Sahara and moving up through the northwest of Africa. And to the south of that, we've got a weather front that's bringing some rain into Cape Town, and temperatures pretty subdued, only 12 degrees expected on Tuesday. Now, it does look as though once that front clears through that we'll start to see an improving picture and the warmth will return as we head into the weekend, back up to 21 degrees by Saturday. Now let's take a look at what to expect though across Casablanca, with that heat peaking on Wednesday coming out of the Sahara, slowly easing towards the weekend. For the Middle East, we've seen some flooding rains in Iran due to some very torrential downpours, but things are much quieter for Iran, across parts of Iraq, Kuwait and down into Saudi. Yes, there's some sharp thundery downpours expected in Yemen, that rain drifting its way steadily westwards, and a strong southerly wind as well on that exposed coast, making those temperatures a little bit more subdued. But generally speaking, it's fine, settled and sunny for the major cities, with temperatures into the mid-40s. Hello there. Monsoon rains have been pretty active over the weekend, particularly close to Mumbai, where there was over 200 millimetres of rain recorded in just 6 hours. If we take a look at the satellite picture, you can see where the rain-bearing cloud is at the moment. So the heaviest of the rain across that west coast, all the way down from Mumbai towards Kerala and Tamil Nadu. We're seeing some heavy rain across northeastern states as well, to the east of Bangladesh, Myanmar and northern Thailand. So that is going to potentially have an impact with further localised flooding in places. Across much of Central Asia, it's a relatively quieter story here, but heat is very much a feature, with temperatures into the high 30s, low 40s, and that could trigger off a few sharp showers, particularly close towards the Afghanistan-Pakistan border as well. So here's that rain I was talking about earlier along that west coast of India. That is going to continue, also affecting the Maldives as well. Not looking too bad into Sri Lanka. It looks as though we'll continue to see further heavy rain across northeastern states and along the Himalayas. Don't forget the yellows, the green tones denoting the intensity of that rainfall. So this is the story then, little in the way of respite for Mumbai as we go through the week, and that could compound the flooding that we've already seen. We will continue to see plenty of dry, sunny and hot weather though for Tashkent. Hello there. Let's take a look at what's happening in Asia. A dry spell over the Korean Peninsula and into Japan will bring above average temperatures, whereas south of that there are two storm systems I need to point out on this satellite picture. This one is in for a severe tropical storm expected to strengthen and develop as it moves towards Taiwan by the end of the week. And this one is Champaka. Now, it was made landfall just to the south of Hong Kong. It's brought some very heavy rainfall. It's weakening off considerably, but still, it's going to be one we'll need to keep an eye on for the next 24 hours at least. Now, south of that, yes, we've got some showers across parts of Malaysia and Indonesia. Not as heavy or as widespread as they can be really for this time of year. Let's take a look at the city forecast. So plenty of dry, settled, sunny and warm weather for Tokyo over the next few days. Plenty of sharp, thundery downpours expected into Bangkok. Some heavy rain moving its way into Western Australia as well, as you can see quite clearly. An area of high pressure brings strong and cool southerly winds to parts of Victoria and New South Wales. A spell of heavy rain to accompany that as well, just to add insult to injury. And after recent heavy flooding rains across the west of South Island of New Zealand, a brief lull in proceedings on Tuesday, but you can see more rain waiting in the wings. So there's going to be more wet weather to come through the middle part of the week before quietening down into the weekend.